And we're back. I told you that'd be quick. So I'm hoping that that fixed it. I dropped the bitrate down by like 2,000 kilobits, so now it's at like 3,000 per second, I think, which is gonna be noticeably lower. Like, things might be a little bit more pixelated here and there, but hopefully that is not going to be like a major problem for you. My hope is that this just stabilizes the stream out just a teensiest bit, so that way then we can be more capable of getting this together. I don't know if that really is happening, mind you, because I still have like it's definitely, it looks to me like the CPU usage has gone noticeably down. So that, I think, means that we're in good hands for the majority of the rest of the stream. But, you know, if not, then I don't know, we're just gonna have to sit with it. But, alright, let's get back into this. So, we've gotten the hoverboard now from Skid McMarks, which entices us even more so to go to Blackwater City, at least any more so than we would have, since we know Captain Quark is going to be there. Alright, so the processor doesn't really work on this guy too well. Let's use the bomb glove on him. Oh, that doesn't work really well either. He lived through that. I always imagined that these robots actually have nothing to do with Chairman Drek, like, at all. They're just really, like, this is just their job. They're on this planet and they have to just spray these things. And then Ratchet comes in and is like, "Oh, I was just doing a job!" So the processor, I don't think, is going to be too incredibly useful for the rest of the game. At least not to my memory. It's basically like we saw its one major usage, which was in that level, but beyond that point, like, the sand sharks never really like, throughout the rest of this level, they're pretty much like manageable. You can just hit them with a wrench. But, and you know, these guys are affected far more by the blaster than they are the processor or the bomb glove, for that matter. So it's pretty much like, yeah, the flamethrower, it looks nice, but not the most incredibly useful, all things considered. Alright, so there's two ways we can go here. I'm gonna take, like, this is where I talk about, now we have two branching paths, and we can either go platforming mission, or we can go combat mission. And I am personally going to go, for now, with combat mission. Don't want bomb glove, don't want processor, want blaster. I like how, like, for some reason, if you just have the sights aligned just right with when you're using the blaster, the bullets will curve into the enemies. Like, just directly curve right into them. Alright, there we go. I had to make sure we did that before we ended up in the line of fire. Alright, and you. Nope, can't let those go to waste. Well, that's also done. Did it went. Quickest, most effective way of getting rid of bomb boxes, bomb crates, I mean, just shoot them. Shoot them with a blaster. One bullet, all it takes. Like, yeah, you're using up ammo, but then you just rebuy that ammo with the nuts and bolts you make from blowing up the bomb crates. Whoop, I forgot that there was sand there. Do I have enough processor ammo to... Yeah, I can afford to use it here. Oh, hey, buddy. Hey, buddy, old palo friendo. Let's just deal with you. There you go. Back to the gutter where you belong. Well, that was just on you, man. Okay. Over here. Life hates you. Alright, there goes that. Like, I feel like decidedly less bad about killing these guys when they don't have the smarts to not torch the things noticeably marked as bombs that they themselves laid out, didn't they? Like, this is all meant to be a trap for Ratchet, and then they just, like, actively impede their own progress? Isn't that kind of defeatist? Well, that's just hitting the wall. There goes that. That's the last of those boys, which means we can hold off on using the blaster for a little bit. At least to my memory, that's the last of those boys. Alright, let's time to climb and shimmy, shout, and shimmy and shake. All over the plate. Woo! Yep, here goes that. And swoosh. Alright, there we go. Don't be so little, son. I'm an agent, and because I'm an agent, it means that I talk like I've always got a cigar in my mouth, even though I don't have a cigar in my mouth. But I've got that kind of Gilbert Gottfried kind of to me. Yeah. It's amazing how, like, people who work at certain jobs always have a trope to them. Alright, then. Well, that's that. And then, let's see, so we had to bring the price of our Bud races over to him. And he'll give us the Sonic Summoner. Ooh, well, I'm the only one that's watching, so I can get away with spoilers, because the audience noticeably tail-dived when the stream started glitching. So, I don't know. I'm going to have to just know now that the bitrate is the bitrate. And that is it. Just 3,000, the most base level minimum acceptable quality. And then, just have to live with that. Yep. Alright. Until I can get a desktop and fix it. Alright, so now, it's time to do the last of the real missions here. The swing shot. Time to test out the swing shot. So now we got another platforming mission. There'll be no real enemies here. It's all about just landing hits. Let's see if I can hit this. The blaster. Yep. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, there's no real... This whole section of the map, no enemies. All just the most baseline... Woo! You know, like, okay, so now it's just platforming. And the most attacking you do is just to hit boxes. Woo! And vow. Alright. Whee! Alright, and I think as if I do this... Yeah, I don't get hit. Good. Now it's over there. Yep, okay. Sometimes you can't see these things. Get me off that platform. Get me back onto this platform. Sorry, by the way, the camera's fidgety around. I don't know why it's doing that today, but it is. And I've said that like 5 or 6 times now. Alright, and... Alright. Fantabulous. Try that. And that. And we got, for our troubles, the Trespasser, which probably is in my list of top favorite gadgets of Ratchet & Clank, because this is pretty much where, without warning, the game will become a puzzle game. Which is always kind of cool. You know, there's so much they pack into this game. This one game. There's like so many things. So this is the easiest of all the puzzles. Because there's like nothing really stopping you. It's like, that's the most like, here's how to work it kind of puzzle. Alright, so now Planet Iridia is pretty much done. I know that there are gold bolts that we can grab, but we can't grab them right now. We're gonna have to come back for them at a later date. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there are... I'm mistaken. I thought there were crates we could grab down here, but apparently I was wrong. Alright, let's just speed run back to the ship. We're ready to go to Forest Planet, aka Planet Eudora. Alright, Europe. Alright. There we go. So, also, just in case anyone is wondering, we're gonna get to, we're gonna do this planet, and we're gonna do another planet after this, and then we're most likely gonna call it there. Because there's a little exploit that I want to do personally, that is on the level after we cut off, but I don't want to do that on stream. So, we're gonna, like, I have like a definite end point for this stream, and then we'll raid someone, but we're approaching it. We got a while. We still have a long while before we get there, but I just wanted people to know where the end point is going to be. Alright. Oh, no. Why? Why does frames tanking again? Is there like a connection? There must be something that is bringing up the... Yeah, I'm gonna close some things out. See if that brings it down a little bit. Okay, like the tiniest amount. I need better technology that I don't have the money to buy. It's also frustrating. Okay, can we afford... Can't afford Glove of Doom just yet. That's fair. I mean, we don't need it in this level anyway. We can wait till we get to the next level to worry about the Glove of Doom. Alright, so now here's where the Trespasser starts getting put to good use. Ah, there you go. There we are. Whoa! Whoa! Did not mean to do that! That was dumb. That was really, really dumb. Hey, camera. Move back there. I do not know why the camera is like doing that. It's frustrating. I know that much. Alright. There we go with that. So this is, we go from one platforming mission to another. This is, you know... And it's amazing how well off it's hidden, too. Like, you have to, this is the way to get to unlock the next level, and it's, like, really kind of tucked away in a corner of the level. I overshot it. Alright, there we go. Whoop. I feel like I shouldn't do that anymore, but I will anyway. Whoop. Okay. This one I can just jump over to. That one feels safer to me. Alright, this one I also can do. No, wrong button. That's the camera. Alright, there we go. Give the wrench a good whacking. Alright, and... Alright, there we go. Yep. This is what's called progressive learning. Just kidding. I don't know if it's called that. It probably isn't. There we go. It's that locked in. Alright. Fantabulous. Suppose so.
Is your current occupation leaving a rotten taste in your mouth? Then you need to know about BTS, Blog Tactical Research. I'm Supreme Executive Chairman.
And I have glowing blue eyes. I don't have pupils, you see. Do any of the nice aliens in this game have no pupils? I know that there are dumb aliens in this game that don't have pupils, but then there are dumb aliens in this game that do have pupils. Because a lot of the characters in this game are very dumb.
See all the cool gadgets they're making? Let's go get some.
No, we must continue our search for Captain Quark.
You're absolutely right.
I am.
Sure. We need to find Quark. Although when we find him, wouldn't it be nice to be able to tell him where Chairman Drek is?
I suppose.
Well, we go to the space station and talk to the scientists. They work for Drek, so they're bound to know where he is.
I am unsure about your logic.
You think too much. Come on, let's go.
Alright. So, now we have that level unlocked, and we're going to get there eventually. But for now, where did... Alrighty. Now then. There goes you. Just a processor. Still need the Glove of Doom as of yet. I know I'm chilling out on the commentary now, but like, I'm not too beat up on it. I've been talking for a long time. I would type in uptime, but I know that, whoops! But I know that Nightbot's gonna get the timing wrong, because I restarted the stream in the middle of it to try to fix the frames, which didn't help, but alas, you do what you can. Whoop! I forgot you were there. There's that. Yep, down with you. Bop, bop. Okay. Hey, buddy. Bye, buddy. Alright, and... So, So I've always said this, and I know it's not the case because there is no such thing in this game, but I've always said that I find this to be one of what I would call a filler level, which is to say that really of all the levels in this game that have like this unique, intense purpose and intention for being within the game, this one doesn't feel that way. I like its aesthetic, and I like the music that it has. But at the same time, like, this is the most, like, when I play this level, I always feel like, yeah, they needed to add a little bit more time to the game. Like, this just is here to be here. It's not one of the more fully fleshed out, you know, Ratchet and Clank levels. It's pretty, linear, all things considered. There's like the one extra side bit that is like unlockable once you have the trespasser, but without it, it's like just the one level, just the one mission, and that's it. It feels relatively hollow in that sense. Hey, pal. Bye. And there goes that. And away with thee. Away with thee. Alright, always useful. This is when the Blarg finally start sending out some of their men to attack you. Just so happens though that their army is awful. Alright. I think... Can I actually get him from... Well, he's dead. Got him from that far away. Got him from that far away. Got him from that far away. Can knock out you. Come on. Knocked out you. Knocked out you. Ain't it fun when it's easy? Ah. Thought you could disguise yourself, eh? Hiding in the bushes. What a fool you are. Alright, a little bit closer. It's a little bit closer. Yeah, just a little bit closer. There it is. Alright, so that's that. This whole section, we might as well just collect our earnings. It's not, I mean, we're not bounty hunters. We're not collecting earnings. It's just the bits that get dropped off. So, I think I should talk about this too. I don't think I've mentioned this yet. And again, I should be mentioning this when there are people here. But, I do have now, I implemented this suggestion box below all the stuff in the stream. Basically as like to be the request section. So like I've talked about this before, and it's in the chat rules, but I've had a couple of streams in the past where people get critical with me over what game I'm choosing to play. And mind you, not for like any real reasons. Like, there are people who get mad at people who play, like, Overwatch or something like that, because Blizzard is a, like, really mean and shitty company. And, you know, like, I have my feelings on that whole business as well, but, like, I also, I understand that, and I am empathetic to that mentality. But this wasn't like a thing where people were going, oh, this game is made by so-and-so, why are you playing it? It was a scenario literally where, completely independent of what people thought of a game or of its developing team or whatever, they just were getting, like, really salty with me for playing the game just because it was, like, an older game. And I did not really take kindly to that. I felt really annoyed with it, and so that's why it's in the chat rules now. I'm like, if you have a, I should probably rewrite it, but I'm like, if you have a request for a game that you would like to see me play in the future, I'm open to it. I'm receptive to it. I am willing to take requests for future streams. So please take note of the request or the suggestion box that's below the stream, because that in and of itself will be useful in, you know, allowing you to, you know, make requests. That's basically what it is. Like, the suggestion box is there now to be where I say to you, like, hey, you got a request, put it there, and I'll play it in the next stream. But until such a time when that is used, I'm just like, don't request games in chat. That's basically what I'm getting at there, because I don't like it. It makes me feel bad. Because the big thing, like, here's what you have to understand. Whatever games I play on stream, I really don't choose games based off of viewer retention or based off of, like, you know, like, what's going to get me the biggest numbers stream-wise and all that stuff. I seriously just choose what I'm going to play based off of what I feel like playing and what I enjoy playing. You know, so, like, I play games like Ratchet and Clank, which are, like, from 2002 or 2003 or whatever, because I grew up with him and I like him. I'm not adverse to playing newer games or stuff like that, but it has to be a request. It just has to be something that you request of me, because I cannot, and, you know, it has to be one of those things where, like, I dedicate a stream to getting acclimated to a newer game or something that I'm not familiar with. Because otherwise, you know, if I don't like it, then I'm just not gonna be happy. And I want to be happy when I do these streams, so. I don't know where I was going there. I guess because I just didn't explain why I had the suggestion box available now, because I wasn't using it before. But now I have it there, and I'm just saying that that's where game requests go, and that's where I would like them to go, and I hope you can appreciate it. Oh, also, because I keep remembering everything. So this is essentially, I'm going to be doing stream archives now on my old YouTube channel, which is pretty much now, I've accepted that my old YouTube channel is just not eligible for monetization for a multitude of different reasons. But what I decided I'm going to do from here on out is I'm going to turn my YouTube channel into essentially a stream archives channel. I'm still going to keep my old content up there, but, like, from now on, the streams that I do are going to be all reposted online. So if you want to see an archive of what I've been playing, feel free to peruse that, because that's where you will find them. Now, 2 times I've played this game, and I've seen the same glitch in this precise spot. I want to see if I'm seeing it again. I am! Oh, there it went. Disappointing. Very disappointing. I was hoping that that was going to be more than what it was. But for a brief second there, if you looked closely, you could have seen one of the Blarg were just walking into the other Blarg next to him. And the other Blarg just didn't respond at all. And every single time I've played this game, that glitch has been there, and it never ceases to amuse me. But this time it was there for, like, far shorter than I would have preferred. Oh well. Oh, look at you, 3 big boys. There we go. Well, that's the end of that. Put up a real hard fight. Didn't even have to move into the room all the way. There's that. That. Okay, so this now we have the sub cannon, and this level is, for the most part, over. So we're gonna do one more planet after this, and then we're gonna call it. So, and it's a lengthier planet, so we still got a lot of time. Right, there we go. Alright, so we're gonna, just for the sake of... I feel like I was probably supposed to suck up these guys earlier, and I just didn't. Oh well. Alright, well there it goes. That's how the suck cannon works. Alright, so now we have enough bolts that we can buy the Glove of Doom, which we are going to do right now. Ooh, I bet. Alright, that will be very useful in the next level, which we're going to head to right now. Oh, man. I feel like we've been going, like, what, for... Yeah, so we've been going, like, for nearly 2 hours. It's been a long stream. It's one of those games, like, I normally tap out with streams at, like, an hour or an hour and a half, but, like, this is one of those games that I can play for a lengthier amount of time and not get sick of. Alright, here we go. At the Blarg, at BTS, the Blarg Tactical Research Station. I have mixed feelings about this level. I think it's very good compositionally. It's got a lot of stuff in it. It's another one of those planets like Iridia, which is like multiple... it's got all 3 different kinds of mission types, so I think it's a very good level. But, oh, dear me, I do not like its aesthetic. I don't like... It's spooky. I don't like spooky aesthetics. They spook me out, don't you know? I think it partly has to do with the fact that all the enemies in this level have, like, that thing of no pupils in the eyes. Not particularly. The taunter is useful for only one thing, and it is not dealing with enemies. Sorry to inform you, but the taunter is not useful for helping out with enemies. Like what? So this guy in a suit can just run up to the electricity? Yeah, okay, but he keeps shooting the floor. Guess what? Not hard. Alright. So there's a trick to this next room. For one thing, we got health. That's always useful. But secondly... Okay, so now we get into the bits where... these puzzles are just slightly more challenging. Alright. Yeah, there we go. So there's a trick here. Those 2 boxes in the middle are fake. They aren't real. They have those frog things in them. So we're going to blast them right now. There they go. Now we can reap the rewards. Alright, and... Alright. Ooh, the lighting in this is really dark for some reason. I don't know why. That feels like that's a mistake. Alright. Yeah. Like, that, you know, you ever had those bits where, like, a shadow is, like, so dark that you can't even, like, accurately tell what's on the screen anymore? Alright. No. I want that to be moving over here. Alright, that's not what I wanted. So now we gotta deal with this. 1 health left. And they're all gonna shoot their thing. Alright. Well, let's recover a little bit. There we go. Good. Now, leave the swing shot over here. Alright, and you, buddy, oh friendo. I mean, I can just shoot your mask off, right? Alright, there. And now the suck cannon we will use on that and on that, because those are also fake. Oh, really? You're only doing one at a time? Really? Alright, and that one's fake too. Oh, but it's... there. Nicked you before you could even try. Alright. Here's where we get into my night terrors. Can't sugarcoat this at all. These little miniature dinosaur things, whatever, I don't like them. They freak me out. Even to this day, when I am now at the age of 23, turning 24 in less than a month, I still don't like these. I mean, look at them. They make that horrid noise, and they have yellow eyes! And then they crawl on those little spindly legs and just... ugh, no. Combined with these boyos here, these frog friends, just chilling like vampires on the ceiling. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Alright. Ugh. It upsets me. Always will. So let's talk about this level. Right. Can the camera not be tilted like that? Alright. Now you're gonna shoot your fire. And the only time you're ever threatening. Ugh. Like, honestly, the Blarg are the only real, like, weaklings here. Alright. Oh. Oh. Why do you have to make that noise right as I open up the store? Ugh. I'm not gonna bother with the taunter, because it serves no purpose here. We are gonna refill on ammo, though. That, maxed out on the processor, maxed out on the... no, not maxed out on both. Maxed out here, maxed out here, maxed out here. Okay. So there, we put that to good use. Now... there's a scenario where we can use the Glove of Doom, which is useful because then all these friends show up to help out. Okay. Get away from me! Still makes me anxious. Like it shouldn't. You would think now, like, that I'm older, it would not make me anxious like it does. But it makes me crazy anxious. Like, it does every single time they show up. I'm like, ugh. And I know what's coming, too. And I don't like it either. I don't like what's coming up either. Like, trust me. I don't. It upsets me greatly. I get stressed. The lighting on those boxes is always weird. I mean, I feel like this was the level where the game developers were really gung-ho about, yeah, we've made something good, you know? Like, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I think this is the one that the developers were their most fond of. Because I do remember when the game first came out... whoa, hang on. When the game first came out, like, it came with a poster Like, the instruction booklet was, in and of itself, a poster for the game. Okay, some of you need to bugger off. And you could, like, unfold it, and it was, like, just a poster of this level, of, like, Ratchet and Clank doing stuff in this, you know, in the technical station. So I know that this was one of the developers. It has to be one of their, like, levels that they were like, oh yeah, this is, like, gonna be a real killer one. And I mean, it's fine. I don't remember if it shows up in the remake or not. I don't think it does. Which, by the way, so last time I was playing through these games, I had seen the movie of Ratchet and Clank, but I had not seen the I had not played the remake game that everyone was like praising is so wonderful. And must say, not a fan of the PS4 remake of this game. I thought it was very bland and very easy. A bit too easy for my taste. Okay, they're gone. There goes that. Like, there's just, I don't know, a grit, like, there is a grit to this game that just wasn't present in the remake, and it was very, I don't know, just diluted. It was like lowest common denominator, like, here's something for kids. Which is like, Ratchet and Clank was never like something for kids. It was always like more subversive than that. But then like kids played it because it was the early 2000s, and we kind of were able to get away with watching adult things in those days. At least that's how I remember it. I could be wrong. But yeah, I don't know. It just was not for me. I have my memories of this game, and they're very fond and gratifying, and I will maintain that this is a definitive version. And I honestly think, a lot of the hardcore fans agree with me. Like, I remember when the completionist did like a whole video on the remake, and he was like, yeah, I like this, and this, but I'm not so much about this. And then everyone was like, yeah, the things that you aren't into are not in the original game, and the original game is better. And then he played it, and I think he gave the original a higher score. Which, you know, felt like validating to me. I don't know. Like, it's one of those things, like, everyone, like, praises the remake, but then, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about something else. So this upsets me greatly. I don't like that. Oh, it's getting close! Okay, you're gonna hear me get legitimately worried a bit here. Okay, no, I'm gonna, oh! Okay, I need a couple of you boys out here helping me out. Oh, man. Alright, and now. I got her! Oh, and then there's two more of these. I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. And this is not even a hard boss battle, but it really upsets me greatly. Ugh. You know how sometimes you can't explain your fears? Like, that's not a hard boss battle. I mean, it's literally like the first boss in the game, and it's practically like just a mini boss. But, like, oh, it upsets me. Like, just the design and the sounds and noises, it's, can't explain it. I can't explain why I'm afraid of what I'm afraid of, but that I'm to this day, I'm still afraid of. Alright. Meanwhile, this slippery weasel right here. Watch the fun of this. Hey, you got a problem there? Vacuums! Oh, just... There, vacuums.
Thought I was a guy this time. Some nano-wit in genetics must have left the cages open again. You could come down now. Honestly, a gadget engineer deserves a bit more respect, if you ask me.
So, you are an inventor.
Gadget.
Oh, he's one of those. He's one of those. Get my title right, man. And I mean that in the job sense, not in the identity sense.
To be patented, sell you these.
How about I sell you these at cost?
You just saved your scrawny butt. All right. I'll give you the import.
Alright.
Well, thanks. I'm gonna get out of here.
That seems like a wise investment. So yeah, this section here, the grind brutes, like the instruction manual to this game like opened up to a poster of the grind boot section in this level. So like it's my assumption that the game developer, like Insomniac, must have really thought like this was the best level in the game. And I mean, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that assessment, but like teach their own, I guess. Alright. So there's a spot where we had to jump. There we go. I don't want to miss any bolts because I don't think we can come back here. Or at least I don't think we can come back here without then fighting like a whole big load of enemies. I missed one bolt. Oh well. We landed here at the trespasser section. This is one of the easier puzzles because it's just symmetry. There we go. Send Clank out to explore the station. Yes. So I do like this bit. I do like this bit where you get to play as Clank. So these sections where the control gets tossed over to Clank and it becomes like a puzzle game where you like control your own little miniature bot army. These sections are great. They're too few and far between. I don't like the way they were reinterpreted in the remake, where instead of commanding an army of bots, you were instead just like throwing around bridges and like jump pads and stuff. That always felt disappointing to me. I love how everything is now sized up. I love how the crates are now ginormous. I love how the bolts are now ginormous. Like, that is a great way of, like, here's the change of perspective. Ratchet is, like, the regular size, you know, Ratchet is, like, the big, you know, battle, you know, like, combat-ready character. Clank is the more thinking, smaller, you know, like, mischievous character, and the difference in their characters comes across with the difference in their gameplay styles. And it's great! It's absolutely wonderful. I always enjoy it. You know, I wish there were more. There's only like 3, I think, in this game. If even that. I think there's actually like 1 or 2. I think it's like this, and then just like 2 missions in a later level, and then never again. And it always disappoints me. Because I'm like, alright, well, I get what you want to do. You want to have a point where Ratchet can eventually go out into space and, you know, like, do this stuff on his own. But it's so cool when you get to play as Clank, because it just becomes a, like, totally different game. And not in, like, a slow-paced way, in, like, a sort of natural, like, here's the difference in their characters kind of way. You know, and you just get to be out here and explore. Look at this. Look at, like, all the planets of the world. You can see them. It's a whole world out there. Timifer, a whole galaxy. Excuse me, I have to cough. I've been talking for a long time. And I've been streaming for like 2 hours. So, and we had people here before, and it was cool. Now I'm just kind of chilling with myself. But that's okay. I wasn't expecting grand numbers. I knew other people were going to be streaming. And that I was going to have to be competing with their time. And, yeah. I did this more just for the fun of it, because I haven't done it in a while. And that's for the best. Alright, got my health back. Wow. Have I now? Alright, now, just look at these boys here. They're like command dogs. You know, I know it's a robot, like commanding other robots, but still, like, just look at this. He sends them to attack Giant Lizard. Giant Lizard is destroyed. Giant Lizard couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle those gadget bots at all. Alright, and they're all still alive. Right. They also take out the frogs, which is useful. You just send them in there, but then you have to get rid of them, and it's upsetting. I don't know where they go when they go in there. To the great beyond, I guess. Alright, now we got the Hydro Displacer. Ugh, mischievous laughter.
The Gadgetron Hydro Displacer uses insta-faucets and insta-drains. Using it, you can drain and fill...
It sounds boring, but it will... I mean, it is, but it won't be when you play it. It'll be... feel natural. You won't be like, oh, I gotta use the Hydro Displacer, but it's not the most exciting of the gadgets. But sometimes that's okay. You just want to kind of cool things down. Chill out a little bit, you know?
I'm back. So you are. And I found this.
Hey, cool. It's what is it?
A hydro displacer.
Great. I always wanted one of those.
I guess. He's so ungrateful. We got you this present. Got this present for you, man. God, what the heck? Alright. Now then. Final bit. We're in the final stretch here of this level. And thus of the stream.
This shuttle has an autopilot which will take you to a decommissioned Blog warship. Our scanners indicate that there may be useful technology.
Alright then. How do you know that, Gadgetron? Whose side are you on? I guess you're on the side of good, but you're also a mega corporation, so it can't be that helpful. I mean, I guess you're better than the other mega corporation that's trying to blow up planets, but, like, I don't know. It all feels very, like, selective. Oh. Oh, dear. This ship's decommissioned. What were you doing here, man? Were you just chilling out here? Like, I'll come back. Maybe my friends didn't abandon me. Alright. Oh, God. The suck cannon does not a useful shooting weapon make. It's a good vacuum. But it doesn't have a good aiming feature. Alright. So there's them. Hey, buddies. Still not frightening. Like, when you shoot the ground, I get it. You think like, oh, I'm making a carpet of fire. That'll stop him. But like, why don't you shoot the air? If the whole utility of your weapon there is that you can fire an ever-increasing ray of fire into the air, why are you shooting it at the ground where I can just easily jump over it? If you shot it in the air and I couldn't jump over it, that would make things tricky. Because then I would just always be getting hit by it. Let's glove of doom, you boys. There we go. Oh, well, they fought back. Alright, well, then I guess I'll use the blaster. No, not the swing shot, the blaster. Do stealthily sniping while they are left unawares. Alrighty. Collect this ammo. I like the description here. press the big red shiny button? Oh, well, I don't know. But it's so big, red, and shiny. Oh, we'll press it. Well, there's the useful technology of the nanobot. Also, now these horrible reptilians have shown up from nowhere. I don't like them. It's been previously mentioned. So now I'm just gonna try to zoom on past. Zoom on past. Don't want to be near you. Just get away from me. Yeah, no. Get away from me. Ah. Oh, well, this is even worse. Ah, there. Oh. So close. Man, got real to the wire there. If I got hit by your gas of the lizard and that's it, I was dead. Boom! Big explosions. So that bit of the level is, oh, he's got droopy ears because he's like about to die.
This is Darla Grant reporting live from Blackwater City. We've just learned that Captain Quark will be presenting the grand prize of the Intergalactic Hoverboard Championship, which will be held here over the next few days.
Oh no!
In related news, this planet has recently been suffering from an infestation of strange amoeboid creatures. The city's administration has assured this reporter that every step has been taken to eradicate these nuisances. Darla Grant, Channel 2 News.
Whoa! They were allowed to broadcast that?
Yes, I hope that poor woman is all right.
She's fine. I think. I was talking about the hover.
Ratchet's so compassionate about other people's health. Okay, so that's what I'm calling it for today. Let me buy the taunter first. Yeah, there we go. That's dealt with. That will have a usage never, but it's there. I won't show you what its usage is, but I will say thank you all so much for checking this out. Those of you who were here for just a little bit. I think on Wednesday, the next stream will be Wednesday, same time, same place. I don't know, maybe I'll do a different game. I guess we'll see. I don't want to, get burnt out on Ratchet Clank too quickly. But I also can't think of any other game to play. So, we'll see what happens. I guess if no one says anything, I'll just do Ratchet Clank again. But for now, let's raid Blue Space Queen. Because she is wonderful, and she is doing a thing this week where she is streaming every single day to, give herself a good, stable place to be in her life, and I don't blame her for that, so that's probably not the right phrasing. Oh well. But we are going to raid Blue, so I recognize that that's a bit defeatist with me being the only one here, but I don't care. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. We will be back next time. Until then, here, hang on. Alright, there we go. Alright, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you all for watching if you came by, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye. Bye bye, bye bye. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.